Alright, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today's video, we're going to talk about the pre-release that will be happening for Attack on Titan Origins of Power. This is happening if you check out the text box this way. I think it's this way, right? Am I pointing in the right direction? I am not pointing in the right direction. So right over here, so like right here, yes. Whoop, there we go. We're learning how to do this stuff. Pre-release is November 1st to the 3rd, with the release being November 8th. And if you show up to your pre-release, you can get this really cool promo. It's very sick. It's very disturbing looking, but it's super cool. So we're back to getting promos in the kits like last time. They were set separately, so hopefully that's corrected this time. So they dropped a little bit of an article. I think it was like last week. I'm kind of working kind of backwards a bit about if you sign up early to your pre-release. I sign up for all my stores events early just because so I know what days I'm supposed to be playing on. So you get 60 extra loyalty bonus points for the loyalty store if you sign up before October 31st. So that's right. If you get registered before Halloween, you get an additional 60 on top of the 50 you would normally get for the event. So you get 110, yeah, 110. I can count 110 points. I don't know if it's per event, because if you're running two, it doesn't say if it doesn't say if it's limited to one per event or one per account. So I'm wondering if you're gonna if your store holds multiple pre-releases, if you can get like a bunch of extra bonus points. Granted, with some people may have a gluttony of points, like myself and a few other people. Like, points aren't that big of a deal, but for the people who spend their points a lot or don't have a lot of points to begin with, this is actually kind of a nice boost, because we saw with the Tekken cards that just came out this past Friday as of recording, they slotted in a new promo along with the 4 characters you can win at the local championships in Season 3. So that's cool. So there could be something cool coming down the line, maybe something extra. That'd be neat. So it says right here, sign up before October 31st. You just show up, you get rewarded, which is really, really cool. So the bonus points can be taken to snag some of the most exclusive cards. So this kind of just states right here that they're probably going to have another special promo. Usually they tie as like a loyalty shop promo to releases. We've had one for almost everything that's come out in the last 6 months. I think probably since Joker and Harley, we've had something for every, like Godzilla had something. Attack on Titan 1 had something. The Deku Challenger deck had something. Tekken had something. Yeah, there's no reason for them not to. I mean, it even goes back all the way to Critical Role, I think. They've had something released with every product. So there's probably a good shot that they're probably going to be releasing a bonus promo along with that. So yeah, so as long as you register before Halloween, you're good. Score those points. Full release, like I said, is on November 8th. You can also go on to uvsgames.com. I'll leave a link of this article in the description box so you can find a pre-release near you. So with that, I decided, like with the pre-release coming up, I decided to kind of go through the characters a bit, just to say like which ones are probably, best at the pre-release, like what ones are going to be very decent to to bad or to good. So Armin 2 or Armin 3 actually, see, 631, he does have some pretty good symbols, but it just depends. Like everything, like with Attack on Titan, symbols doesn't matter as long as you pull the card, it's fine. So you can get like broken interactions or whatever. He does let you search for any card and build it face down. So if you're able to get any outwit stuff, that could come in handy. Or if you have ways to lift stuff out of your stage, you can, that's pretty cool. Like say you need an attack and you get Signal Flare, I believe it's called, that you can, pick up a foundation, build a foundation. That's really good. We get Jab at Home. Also, he has Stun 3 written on his face, so that's kind of cool. Yeah. Next up is Bertolt Hoover. I think this guy maybe like Armin's probably in the mid-level. It depends on Armin's probably okay to play, just based on you can search any card, your deck for any card, which is cool. So it just depends if you can pick it up or not. But you build it face down, so again, it matters if you pull out with stuff. But Bertolt, let's see here. Draws 2, discards 2. That's always great. He has a 5 hand size turn 1, which isn't great. But every enhance, he gets to draw 2, discard 2, so he gets to sculpt his hand. Damage buff, damage reduction, very good. It just depends if anybody chooses to build to 9. I guess you'll want to build to 9 here, but yeah, I guess it's kind of debating on how fast you can get to that 9 and your attacks, because it's not going to be in standard where you can play the 3 difficulty packages, and then just blow out your opponent on 3 foundations. So it all, it's a very real cost to nuke your board. So really, you could probably just sit on on the front side of him and just draw 2, discard 2, and get 2 damage or minus 2 damage the entire game. I don't see in a pre-release why we sure, maybe on a your rival builds to 9, they don't build any foundations, you blow them up, and then you kind of find some ways to do some damage, but it's going to be really difficult, I think, in pre-release. So he may be I think he's still really good on his face, so he may be a must-play. Card Titan, she's the SR. I mean, they're the SR, so it's very rare that you'll probably pull it. But free speed and a free commit for 3 speed, or commit does attack a block, deals no damage is really good in a sealed format, especially since throw hate is very, very limited. Ready this card. Commit 1 foundation. The next foundation you try to play ignores progressive difficulty. Yeah, I mean, I think you play her if you pull her, because yeah, free no block is great. Connie, 631, spend a momentum, clear a card from your card pool. If you take damage, add the top card of your deck to your momentum. Just depends on much DR and how well you can partial block. But I think he's probably pretty cool. He's probably as long as you get them able to generate momentum, he's probably pretty good, because he can also clear blocks. It's a lot of these things are very dependent on what you pull. So I would probably say he's probably okay. Let me close that. I would say he's probably mid. He's probably in the middle. It just depends on what you pull. Aaron Yeager, Humanity's Hope. Mill 3, you get a speed for each Fury, damage for each Titan. After your attack deals damage, you have 25 or more cards in your discard pile. Add 1 Titan card from your discard pile to your hand and transform. I guess it really depends on how many Furies and Titans. So you're slamming every Fury and Titan card you pull into your deck, out of your packs into your deck. The transforming part is probably the best part about him. Just because it's just a natural progression of the game. It's not you're depending on 9 foundations. I think this character is actually really good. Just because he just doesn't care. He can control when he flips, right? Sure, it's a response, so you have to call it. But yeah, it's just a natural progression of the game. And then you add a Titan card from your discard pile to your hand and transform Aaron, and then all your attacks will get 4 damage. All your Titan and Fury attacks get 4 damage, and then you can commit, add a card from your stage to your hand, so he's really a 7-hander over a turn. And then the next attack you try to you could just do this for blocking even. If you don't have an attack to play, you can totally save him to pick up a block, because it says you can add one card from your stage, so it's anything you have in your stage, like a backup or an asset or even a foundation, and then you just like the next tech you try to play just fizzles. So he's actually pretty good. I would definitely play if I pulled him. Erwin Smith, strategic mastermind. Let me page down there. There we go. 534. It's a pretty chonky boy. Once per turn, build the top or bottom card of your deck face down. This attack gets. So you can either probably push an attack through or block an attack. Also, after a foundation is destroyed, look at the top 2 cards of your deck. You may put one of them at the bottom of your deck. So you get to. So if you have these sacrifice or destruction effects, if you have sacrifice effects, you're going to be able to sculpt your top 2 cards. You're going to be able to make sure you check 5s on defense and draw attacks, I guess, if you have draw effects. The once per turn +3 or -3 is really good. I guess it just depends on like how many attacks you play, just because of he's a real 5-hand size character. You can't cheat his hand size like Bert does. Bert's crazy. Like, that character's nuts. Yeah, so interesting. His symbols are pretty good, so we'll see how those. I mean, they're good for set 1, but for set 2, some things have. There's been some nutty things. He also gets to play the outwit game pretty well because he builds the top or bottom card of the deck face down. So we'll see how that turns out. I think he's one of those characters that you're gonna have to really get some cool pieces for. Especially you're gonna have to find draw, right? Like, the game is predicated on, hey, how many cards can I draw? So you're gonna have to find a way to have some extra draw in the deck just so he can survive. Because I don't think 34 health will be that great that long. Hanji Zoe, 4 eyes, 721. Commit, build 1 card from your hand face down. This attack gets +3 or -3 damage. That's very good. Granted, you're a 7-hand size, so you're a 6. So to use this, you're really like a 6. I mean, you're not doing it on turn, on turn 2, blowing up your stage with the tenacious ability. But like on a kill turn, she's going to be jumping around, and and even then, like, you can set up defensive plays by building a card and getting -3. So she's going to probably be one of the harder characters to play. She's not as straightforward. Just be based on what you pull, but like on face value, I think she's very good. But I probably wouldn't put her in the must play. I'd probably put her in the let's see what we pull play. It's not even like a choice like Aaron, Bert, our next character Historia are automatic just plays. Like, you just doesn't matter what you pull. Historia Reese, Secret Identity. She's a 530. She has a response tenacious after you build a foundation that does not share a name with a card in your stage. Add 1 wall counter and gain 1 health. Response after you draw 1 or more cards, the attack gets +1 or -1 damage. Remove 2 wall counters, draw a card. So that tenacious ability works on turn 1. If you're going first and you build like 4, you start off with 4 wall counters. Your second turn with 4 wall counters, which is very, very cool. And so you're actually really more. You're just a you're a 7-hand sizer if you remove all your counters. And then as you progress your turn, you can also, like, when you start to build at the end of the turn, you build those and gain a health. So even like if you can build cards on your opponent's turn, this character's crazy. I think this character's gonna be really good in standard. The 30 health kind of bugs me, but she also has DR on face, and she has repeatable draw on face. Granted, it is due to wall counters, but I mean, we're probably going to be flush with those playing this character. But she's a must-play in the pre-release. Next up is Gene Kirstein, dependable competitor. He's a 722. Your attack gets 1 damage. And then an additional 1 damage for every 2 non-action cards you have played this turn. So it does scale with attacks, but it's like 1 damage, and then it goes, and you get 1 damage for 2, then you get 2 damage for 2, right? I think that's how it goes. A response, after you take damage, add 1 attack from your discard pile to hand. You just gotta make sure you're gonna, like, that's cool. The response is great, but it's like, as a 722, having to take damage to use an ability, it's great that you're able to get like a snap block if you need it. or an attack for the next turn. I don't know. I think this guy's not very good, so I wouldn't even like unless there's you have to pull unless you pull like really really poorly. I don't see him ever being played in pre-release. But 1 damage can get you there sometimes. But 720. I mean, I know Tim Keefe's probably gonna like burn me to the ground for saying this, but I don't think this character is very good. But having repeatable damage pump on a 7-hander is usually not that bad. So, but that's in standard. In pre-release, I think it's a little different. Kenny Ackerman, the Ripper. 631, it's good health. Has a static, your ranged and or weapon attacks get +1 speed and 1 damage. We love static 1/1s or more. Very good. Response commit after your non-throw attack deals damage to a character, draw 2 cards, or your rival loses 3 health and discards 2 cards. So he's basically All Might. I mean, you get to commit him to draw 2 cards after. Sure, your attack has to hit, but you draw 2 cards, and then or you just burn your rival and discard. They discard a card, so you burn them down. That could kill them. So if you take the attack and you're left at 3, you die to this character. Or if you have 1 card in hand after you block, he burns you 3 and makes you discard a card, so the next attack kills you. Very cool. He's a must play. He's definitely a must play. As is the next character. Levi Ackerman, Humanity's Strongest Soldier, 632, fantastic stat line. Commit a Foundation's attack gets +3 speed or damage. We love that. The cost is not that bad. I mean, it's a good return, especially if you have ways to ready your foundations. Him being air could do that. His other ability, response once per turn after your non-throw attack deals damage. Clear it from your card pool. Your rival loses X health. X equals the cleared card's check value. So looks like you're always burning them for, unless you're playing. You're playing 4 check attacks probably if you have any. So you burn them. At minimum, you're burning them probably for 2. Because no one plays 1 checks. In this economy, never. Yeah, he's a must-play. Just because that response is crazy. Like, it's a free clear. It's nuts. Mikasa Ackerman, Protective Friends. She's a 630. Enhance, reveal 2 weapon cards from your hand. This attack gets +2 or -2 speed. After your attack deals damage to a character, reveal a top card of your deck. If it is a weapon, add it to your hand. I like it. I think she's actually probably pretty good in pre-release just because you're probably going to get chock full of all these weapon cards. She's probably in your deck smaller in pre-release normally. It's like 40 cards normally. So you can just play every weapon card you get and just draw your entire deck if you keep hitting people or they hit you. -2 speed in a pinch is really good. +2 speed's fine. You are giving your opponent knowledge of what's in your hand, which is kind of poopy, but yeah, I think she's a if you get enough weapon cards, wow, that was weird. If you get enough weapon cards, it works. So, moving on to Reiner Braun, Warrior. This guy's great. If you would lose the game due to your health being reduced below 1, you transform Reiner Braun, Warrior, you transform him, and then you return him to maximum health. Mill for your attack gets 1 damage for each different card type among the cards you milled, so it does encourage you to play every card type. So actually in pre-release, it's probably pretty good, just because you're probably playing every card you can, because you don't really have a lot of choice. And his flip side is your rival's first attack gets -5 damage. That's pretty good. That enhance remove 3 cards from your discard pile, though. That can get really tricky late game in pre-release. But you do get +1/+1 for each different type of card in your stage. So counts character, counts asset. So counts your character and foundations. So you're getting +2/+2 for the most part. If you've cycled, you may add a card from your momentum to your hand, so he becomes a 7-hander, which is great. Sasha Blouse, Food Fanatic. 630. Enhance Commit. Add 1 card with a difficulty of 1 from your stage to your momentum. Draw 1 card. If the card you added to your momentum was an asset, draw 2 cards. So you get to add your spam to your momentum to draw a card. It's great. If you hit if you hit like the 1-diff assets that are in the game, I mean in the set, which we'll have to take a look and see, you draw 2 cards sometimes. Tenacious, discard a card. This attack gets plus X speed or X damage. X equals your momentum. So that's pretty good. We like it's a good return actually, just as long as we have enough momentum to pay for it. And the final character is Zeke Yeager. He's a 534. At the start of your first turn, search your deck for 1 non-unique backup, reveal it, and add it to your hand. Form commit, draw a card for each backup in your stage. If you draw 4 more cards this way, transform Zeke Yeager. Discard an attack, add 1 backup from your hand to your discard pile. Front side's kind of lackluster because you could just not get any backups in your packs. So I don't know. I think this character's probably bad to mid. Just because on the fact of like if you don't have 4 backups, you might as well not play this character. I mean, yeah, because commit, draw. I mean, you could commit 1, draw 1 or 2 cards just to get cards into your hand, but I don't know. You do get 1 backup. You get 1 backup at the start of the turn. You could draw 1 or more cards. So actually, the front side's not terrible, but I mean, still, if you don't, I don't know. I'd want to be able to use both sides of my character if they're a transformer. And let's look at the transform side. Zeke, Beast Titan, Warrior Titan. Flip some. Your ranged attacks get +2/+2. Discard a backup. Add 1 ranged attack from your discard pile to your hand. So that shouldn't be too bad to get the ranged attacks. But the issue is you're trying to transform him early, as soon as you can, to get that speed and damage bonus. So I would probably put this guy on the bad to mid. So if we hit the backup lottery in our packs, we're playing this guy. If we don't, we're probably not playing this guy. So that's all I got for you guys this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? But yeah, so that's all I got for you guys. And until the next video, take care.